Hey everyone, welcome to our Fun Friday team meeting. We are upgrading. Wow. So what we've decided, and I say we talked about this last week and the week before, and we had some leadership meetings, is to actually move these meetings to a higher platform. They have been so good, and what we've done up till now has been phenomenal. So we're not going to lose any of the goodness that we've built together, but we're going to take it to a whole nother level. All of you, and I know this, all of you are on this meeting today because you want to move from where you're at to another place. Is that right?
Yep.
You can say yes, or you can raise your hand. And when you think about that, where is it that you want to go? Where is it that you want to be? So what we've decided to do is to bring some more stories of hope and health. Because everything is a story, if you think about it. Everything that has gone on in your life up to this point is the story. Everything that you want to create is the future story. It is that. And it's people and relationships that really drive us and allow us to see what's possible. If it was just me by myself or you by yourself, we wouldn't have any vision outside of our own mindset. Would you guys agree with that? We'd be pretty stuck in our little isolated area. So what we want to do is we want to take things to another level. And in our team meeting, you think about team and you think about achieving more together. Like, so together, everyone achieves more. Well, it's pretty much hearing your story that drives me. Seeing your life light up, seeing your pain and seeing your struggle. It doesn't make me, I choose to be a part of it, but it does compel me. There's something there that stirs up something in me. So with that said, what I'd like to start off with is a couple introductions of some guests that are on who are first timers. And I've got someone as well, and I'm going to introduce them. But does anyone else have any guests that are on for the first time with us today that they'd like to introduce? You can come off mute and just share and say who you are, but give them a chance to share a little bit about themselves. And if one of your guests is the stories of hope and health, then hold off on that until we get to that. So, yeah. Go ahead.
Alex, hey, it's Holly. Yes, I actually have Tracy Baker on the line, and she is on plan and I'm going to let her get into all that, but she's been with us about 7 weeks. We kind of hooked back up on Facebook, and I haven't seen this girl since high school, but she is amazing. And so I'm so glad you're here, and I'll just let you talk a little bit about yourself.
Right on. Welcome, Tracy.
Thank you. Holly posted something about, I'm going to say maybe,
Okay, so your audio's cutting in and out a little bit here. So Tracy, let's see if you can get a little closer to the microphone maybe.
Okay.
You didn't know we were really all up close and personal with you, did you?
I contacted Holly about 9 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a life change. It's been a total, I guess I didn't realize this was possible, and that there were programs out there like this. I mean, you hear about Weight Watchers, you hear about Jenny Craig and all that, and it's nothing like this. All you're doing with them is buying food. It's not a lifestyle change. And this has just brought about so much with my lifestyle that I'm a totally different person than I was 9 weeks ago. And it's just been fantastic so far.
Wow, that's huge to hear. What I'm probably going to do, Tracy, is I'm probably going to circle back and have you share a little bit more with us on what life was like a little bit prior to finding this, because I know you're so fresh. You've just come into this point, and so you've got a pretty vivid experience of, you're probably still kind of coming out of that phase, and we all are at some level. But I'd love to hear a little bit more. Are you going to be able to hang around with us for the next 15 minutes, or do you have to run?
Oh, no, I'm on my lunch hour, so I've got everything covered, and you have my undivided attention for at least an hour.
Excellent. Well, Tracy, it's great to hear that. And some of you who are checking this out, you're kind of like, well, what's so different about this? What is it? So I want to maybe do a little interview with Tracy since she's so fresh. So welcome aboard.
Sure, thank you.
Excellent. All right. Who else has a guest they'd like to introduce?
Hey, Alex.
Diana.
Hello. I have Joanne on with me, and she's been on another call, but not quite like this one, so I want to introduce her again. Joanne is one of my first clients, so she's kind of grown with me throughout my growing as a health coach. So I just wanted to invite her to kind of stay motivated and be part of the team. So, Joanne.
Right on. Well, good to see you, Joanne. And so, yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you on and what your experience has been so far.
I met Diana about 2 years ago, and I was in a lot of pain due to my weight. And I don't mean physical pain as much as emotional pain. And so I talked with her, and I think her coach, Daniela, and decided to try this program. Both my husband and I went on it, and within a year I lost about 70 pounds, and I've kept that 70 off for about a year. So I feel that in itself is an accomplishment. But what I'm struggling with now is I've got that last 15 or 20 pounds that I really would like to drop. But now that I'm not in all that pain, I'm having trouble being motivated and inspired to get that last few pounds off and keep those off as well. So that's why I'm here today. I feel like the old lady of the group, though. All you people are so young and fresh looking. I'm just privileged to be here. But I just need some inspiration. So that's why I'm here.
Oh my, that is wonderful to hear. And I tell you what, we appreciate your love with us and your wisdom that you bring to the team. And we actually have, if you don't mind, are you post 60, post 50? When you say the
I'll be 72 in October.
Oh my goodness. Whoa.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Whoa.
Yeah. Because I have a friend that is in his mid 50s and you look younger than him. So.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're doing well. You're doing well. Well, I'm sure that 70-pound change has made a difference, like you said, and here you are for that last little bit. And it really is this team in this environment that allows us to get that. You know, it's funny. There's so many things I could say to you about, how to find motivation and how to get to that next level. This is it, by the way. Okay.
Oh, good.
But just being here right now is it. Because it'll give you that next little chunk to get to the next checkpoint. So good.
Oh, good. Thank you, Diana.
You found it. All right. So, man, I'm just smiling from ear to ear. These are the stories of hope and health, by the way. We haven't even got to some of the people we asked to speak. So, oh my goodness. Does anybody else have a guest that they want to introduce for a first timer? Israel Lobu, what is up, man?
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is so exciting. I'm glad to be here.
Where are you from, Israel?
I was a little fumbled because I was like, the ID changed. I'm like, what Zoom are we on? So I got a special guest. His name is Kyle, and we met through a friend through our church, and just something clicked once we met. There's something special about him, and he's going to share a little bit. Had an opportunity to just invite him to a Take with Greg and Whitney Kell here in San Diego. And it's like something they do every first Saturday of every month, and something just really clicked. And so I just started inviting him to more stuff. And so he's here this morning. He's going to share his story, and I'm excited to have him here this morning.
Right on, Kyle. We love having you on board. Share a little bit about your story and what your journey's been so far, and why you decided to partner up with this fangled group here.
All right. Well, at a young age, I grew up really overweight, and I was very athletic, played a bunch of sports, but very overweight, and didn't really know how quite to get rid of that. And long story short, I met a great mentor who got me in the gym. Basically, he was a personal trainer, trained me for free. I just worked out with him, taught me mechanics and good diet and all that good stuff. And I became a personal trainer, grew a great passion for helping people and a desire to really get people to reach their goals. And I met Israel through the church and through a good friend of mine. And so I just started working with him and wanted to help people on my off time. I'm a personal trainer, and you have a big split during the day, and I just had a lot of time to deal with something important, and I felt like I wanted to help people more, and this was a great opportunity to do so.
Wow, that's great to hear from you. You know, I'd like to maybe have a couple other people who are personal trainers maybe back up and just share briefly that you're in the right place. So maybe somebody else wants to come off mute and just say, hey.
Glad to have you here, Kyle. I couldn't get the mute to work. Yeah, no, we kind of ended up in the same place, thankfully, and the same thought process as you, or similar. And we've been in the industry, personal training, own our own facility for going on 8 years now. And Take Shape for Life has just been, I'd say, a wealth of transformations for us. It allows us to expand outside of our brick and mortar of a business. And it's your cup. I could go on and on, but your cup definitely will get full here.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the short version. You will hear so much, and a lot of the people. Let me see, got a little mute here somewhere. Where's that at? All right, let me go ahead and mute that. All right, so a lot of the people you're going to see on board today here, Kyle, and the rest of you who are listening in, are basically stories of transformation or our transformations in process. We're all. It's never over. It's a journey, right? This is not a destination thing. This is just us in transformation. But a lot of these people have come through someone who made a decision and who decided to get their mind right and to be able to expand and break through and to partner up. So very good. We're glad to have you on board, Kyle, and excited to hear your story, but also to see what's next for you. So very exciting. All right. With that said, who else has any other guests that they've got on board here? Any other? And what you can do is you can hit raise your hand, or you can come off mute, because we have over 25 people. So what happens is that I can't see everyone who's on. So you just have to either unmute yourself and say something. Let me just double check something over here. I actually have a friend of mine who was on. Carlos, are you still on with us? I wanted to see if he had to jump off. Carlos, yes, we can't see you because your video, for some reason, it's not. Can you come off mute and say hello?
Right here? Can you see me now?
Exactly. So Carlos is actually a friend of mine. I'll let him tell how we met back in the day. He's a fitness expert and professional, and he's basically looking at expanding himself in life and in general. And I invited him to come and join our team meeting as he's exploring some of his other passions, but I wanted him to see the power of team and a group of people who are really making an impact. So Carlos, can you just share briefly your story of maybe what life was like before, how we met, and what you're doing now and where you want to go next?
Oh man, you and I go way back years, aren't we? So let's put it this way. When me and Alex met, Nick and I brought our baby boy that is 10 years old now to one of your workshops about business implementation and system. And I remember going back and forth with Nikki, sharing the baby carrier. So it's been a few years. So we just passed our, of course, 10-year mark in our fitness business. And we are continuing to look for ways to impact people's lives in any possible way that we can, because we're in this life to kind of try to help as much people as we can, as we were talking with some clients last night. So I wanted to see, of course, from the pro Alex, how would be the best way, or maybe the best blend for us to integrate in such a wonderful team like you have going. And you know, we have gone and still work with folks from all walks of life. My actual background is physical therapy, and I left Providence years ago to start our own business because I did not want to be hindered or limited by a specific system or whatnot. I want to be able to reach as many people, and that's what we've done. So that's our Cliff Note version of our story.
Juan Carlos, man, it's good to see you. I'm glad to have you on board here, man.
It's a beautiful morning.
It sure is. It sure is. That's so great. Well, you know, it's what we've got is we've got true, and I'm just going to step out on a limb and just say this, and some of you guys may not identify with it yet, but I want you to know you are all health professionals if you will rise to that occasion. If you are in the process of improving your health and it's happening and you're following the system and you're in the team and you're in the process that you've been invited into here, you are moving forward in a professional way. And what are you moving forward? Your health. You're moving your healthy body, you're moving your healthy mind, and you're moving your healthy finances in the right direction, because when you get those areas of your life and your lifestyle in order, and of course, I don't want to forget the most important is the spiritual why. Why are you even here? like I'm talking here, meaning here. Like, do you have, at the end of the day, when you take your last breath, what are you going to hope you have had served, or what have you had hoped you had been a part of or spent more time in serving and doing? So please connect the dots. Please connect the dots between why you want to be healthier, why you want to have a clearer mindset, and why you want better finances in your life towards that purpose. Otherwise, it's going to be all for naught. And we don't want that, right? Big time. And I know I could get all emotional deep on that, but I just want to make it just really just logical for a moment. So with that said, we've got some people who have asked some other folks to come on and share some of their stories of hope and health and transformation. And I'd like for the first, Sam, did you bring a guest on with somebody who is going to share a little bit with us?
Yeah, well, and you actually caught that perfectly because Tracy is our client guest. Soon to.
Oh, you cut out on your audio.
Oh, sorry. So Tracy is telling her story, and you're going to interview her, so that's going to be awesome. And then we also have health coach Holly telling her story today.
Oh, that is wonderful. Excellent. Well, let's go ahead and jump right in with Tracy, who gave us your little brief interview. So Tracy, could you tell me a little bit about what? Just get real with us for a moment. What was life like for you before you met us and before you came to this team? Just give us a little insight into that.
Life was still good, but there was a part of me that was missing. My husband met me when I was, heavier than I am now because I'm already 16 pounds down. And he loves me no matter what, but I always thought that he deserved the wife that I knew I could be, because, I would always tell him how I used to be athletic. I was a runner. I was very athletic. I was 135 pounds. And, I just let life get in the way of things, and I gained all this weight. Well, I always told him I was going to lose the weight. He deserves to have that wife that he can show off and be proud of. Not that he's not, but you know what I mean. And I never did. I never did anything about it, and I called Holly in her post, and she said she was going to call me and, tell me what she was doing and everything and see if I was a good fit. I was like, yeah, right. I'm not ready for this. I'm not going to do this, and something just clicked with how her and Sam were talking to me and the questions they were asking. And I was ready. I was excited to get my food and excited to start this journey. And during this journey, I found that I was actually doing a kickboxing class before I started, because I knew that I needed to do something that I thought was fun and I needed to exercise. So I started this kickboxing class, which he also teaches Taekwondo. And I had started earning a belt a long time ago and stopped because I got pregnant. Well, I got back involved in that. So one of my goals is to get a black belt, and 6 days a week I'm at his gym working out. And it's not because I have to, it's because it's fun. I like what I'm doing. And hey, it's given me my health. It's helping me along with my eating habits, and it's keeping busy. And the eating habits and everything that I've learned from this program are, I don't even have a word for it, because it's a miracle. It came to me at the right time in my life, And it's a total lifestyle change. And from my eating habits to what to cook. You know, I always thought I was eating healthy. We would have spaghetti and we would use the low carb pasta. We would make our own sauce, you know, but I would go get a plate of food. My husband would go get a plate of food. I'd see him eating more and I would be like, I can eat more. Yeah, well, you know, that's what happened. Life took over. And with this, see, I never weighed food before. I realized what I should be eating. And with eating my portions, I find that I'm full. You know, I don't crave. I used to be a huge potato chip eater. I don't crave the potato chips anymore. I don't have a sweet tooth. Now, I'm not going to lie. I go off the ship every once in a while, you know, and I might cheat. But I'm human. I'm not going to be perfect. And after I do cheat, I don't stop the program. You know, I keep going with, you know, what's next, my meals and everything. And I don't stop exercising, you know, and all this has just inspired me so much that I want to go further in the program. I want to be a health coach. I want to give back while I'm still doing my journey. You know, maybe I can inspire other people as they see me losing weight, you know, hey, what are you doing? It's just, they don't advertise programs like this. You know, it just, like I said before, you see advertisements for Jenny Craig and stuff like that. All that is food. You know, you don't learn how many times you're supposed to be eating, how much water you're supposed to be drinking, you know, what kind of leans, what kind of greens. They don't teach you any of that. This program has inspired me so much. I've got my health going. Actually, I can say I got my health back, and I've got my energy back, and I've got somebody, my husband's already proud of me, you know, even though my transformation, I'm far from being finished. So that's basically my story, and hopefully you'll hear more because I got a lot more.
Wow, that is so neat. Oh my goodness, you said a couple key things. I mean, you said a lot of key things. But Tracy, I just want to say welcome to the team. Really.
Yeah.
Like really. So you are part of us. What you just did right there, you said, I'm going to become a health coach. I'm already just going to let you know, without the title, without the certification yet, you just did. Did anybody's health just bump up a notch to want to go for a little more? Yeah. I'm telling you, there are fitness professionals on here. By the way, you notice that this team is not like doctors only. We got medical professionals on here, right? We got nurses on here. We got people who are still on their journey, have a long way to go. We got people who have been at their place where they want to be at from a health-wise, but they're not where they want to be at yet in their mind and in their lifestyle. You got people on here who are 70-something years old. You got people who are just down in their early 20s. You got people everywhere in between or in their 40s like me, and then all that other stuff, right? And here's the thing, you just lit us all up on fire. Like, really, someone else talk, because I don't want this just to be me. Someone else tell me they got something. Yeah. I see all these hands going up, and you guys have a
jump in really quickly.
Yeah, jump in.
I just relate to so many things you said, and part of it is because and I had my health coach kind of like say, I keep hearing you say this, you know, my life would kind of go like in this autopilot mode to all these old bad habits that I had for so long, you know, but for you to say what took me such a long time to listen is that I'm not perfect, you know, and accepting that I'm human and everything, because I posted the other day that, I'm woman hearing roar, and we love hearing that kind of thing because it all gives us that little thing to sit up a little taller and feel that strong, you know, but some days I got a little tiny meow, but when I have this team of people behind me, let me tell you, we're roaring all together. And I was just like that right behind you. Every time you spoke, I just relate to so much that you went through. I recognize your face from last night. So thank you so much for being on today, and I'm excited to hear more.
Thank you.
Big. By the way, you guys just heard from Gina Sternfels, and Gina is a transformation that has happened, and she is still on her journey. But what is so amazing about what Gina has broken through is, I won't even go into it, but your financial life, your mindset, the support you're in. I mean, where you and I went the other day on that phone call, like, I mean, I was just praising the Lord all day long. So for those of you who don't know, I praise the Lord. So, but basically with that said, that was great. I don't know. Do you have a good time on that call?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you for a second.
Yeah, I did. So many.
We cried, but we had a good time.
Very visual for me to see how clear it actually could be.
All right. Well, that's good. All right. So you guys, it's hard. I'm so emotionally connected to so many of you. This is neat. Thank you, Tracy. You really sparked us, girl. Keep going.
Thank you very much. This program, like I said, it inspires me and it makes me want to be more, so I look forward to every day and everything else to come. It's wonderful.
Absolutely. Something I want to say something on the back of what Tracy just said. I want to encourage everyone to recognize what this program really is. This program is you. It's the people. This program is the purpose. It's your purpose. It's your why. So whenever we talk about this program, we're really talking about these people that got in relationship with you and that are walking alongside you. And it's because of the same purpose that we share, right? Okay. And that's whenever I hear that word program, that's all I think about is you guys. I don't even think about a box or a company. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty neat.
Definitely.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Daniela, you wanted to say something, and we have another speaker who's going to speak right after Daniela here.
Well, I just would like to commend Tracy because, your mindset is, in my view, has jumped ahead so quickly because you're not just thinking about getting yourself healthy and looking there, but you're already looking like, who am I taking with me? This journey is so fantastic. Who am I taking with me? And I just love that. You recognize the gift, boom, right there. And I'm going to take some folks with me. So that's fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. Thank you, Daniela. Yeah, we got some teary eyes out there. We got some excited smiles. I love seeing these new people on here smiling like that because you understand this. I'm smiling just as much. I've been around for 4 years with this, and I still, for some reason, get all these chemicals, dopamine and oxytocin and serotonin and all that going. So this is good. Sam, you had someone else you wanted to introduce, I believe, as well.
Well, she's not new to the crowd. I mean, she's fairly new, but she's awesome, and we've heard from her before. But since she shared with us, her health coaching practice has developed, and she's got in there, and she's obviously helped people because Holly is actually Tracy's health coach, and she's anyway. I could say so much, but I'm not. I'm going to refrain myself and let Miss Holly tell her story.
You know what? Before you jump on, I want to set that up a little bit too. So we have got something really unique because a lot of you that I'm seeing for the first time here have come through somebody that has gotten healthy and who has inspired your life. So this person you're about to hear, I've really never heard from her before. I've heard of her, but I've heard the reputation starting to grow, but I've never really heard from her. And it's interesting. So here I am, 2,000, 2,500 miles, probably 3,000 miles away, 2,500, 3,000 miles away across the country. And because I made a decision and somebody else made a decision not because to join me, but to join the same common purpose, we get to hear from Holly, who's inspiring Tracy. So Holly, please tell us. We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you so much. And I have my little toddler at the table with me. So yeah, she's my assistant today. But, I was just thinking, listening to Tracy talk, it's like, how lucky am I that she was my first client, my first one. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I wish they all were like Tracy. I need a bunch more Tracys. But yeah, I'm so excited. And, Harold and Sam shared the program with me. And, I heard Tracy mention Jenny Craig. Let me tell you, I have done it all. I've done Jenny Craig. I've done Nutrisystem. I've done Fin, remember the pills where you had to go get your heart checked after? Yeah, that was me. You know, I've done it all. Weight Watchers, tried everything. Atkins, ate a bunch of bacon. You know, and nothing, you know, really seemed to work. I did jazzercise, you know, 6 hours a day. I took 11 supplements a day. And I tell people now that was my before picture. Okay. Never realized I wasn't eating right. So I decided I was going to join a gym. Okay. And I was just at a point in my life, I wasn't happy with myself. I didn't have any energy. You know, I had to drink a energy drink in the afternoon just to keep going, and was just kind of just depressed, you know. And so I ended up making an appointment to go into Lyft, and you know, I'm like, oh, Holly, here you go. You're going to join another gym, and you're never going to go. And you know, it was funny. So I was sitting across from Harold, and he's like, you know, what does a typical day look like? And I'm like, what do you mean? You know, well, he's asking me about nutrition. Well, I've joined gyms before, and I, you know, never finished my contracts pretty much. But no one's ever asked me that. And, you know, I was kind of like, well, I don't eat bad. You know, I'm pretty healthy. I have a cappuccino for breakfast and a salad for lunch and wine and cheese for dinner. You know, I mean, isn't that a food group? But no, it wasn't. So, you know, he started asking about activities, and, you know, that pretty much was Netflix. I mean, I didn't do much more than that. And chasing kids, I'd kind of gotten away from, you know, jazzercise a little bit. But, you know, and so he said he was going to hook me up to talk, to do a nutrition consult. And so then I met with Sam with those same questions. And I'm like, I don't like to cook. You know, I don't have time to cook. I'm always in the car. I do work from home, but I make appointments outside the home about 3 or 4 days a week. So I'm in the car a lot. So, you know, this program, though, has totally changed my life. Like, it's just changed my attitude. I feel like I'm a happier person. And I don't think, you know, it's so much about the weight. It's just, you know, for one, I'm getting to help other people like Tracy, and that just, you know, gives me a reward, you know, and she keeps me on check. But I have lost 27 pounds. And after listening to those amazing stories last night, I'm like, well, I can lose more than that. So I've like revamped my goals this morning. But, you know, I went from a size 12 to a size 4. And I feel good, you know, I feel great. And I'm just trying to inspire, you know, I have some family members that I'm helping. You know, I've been on blood pressure medicine since my 20s. They've cut it in half and they're watching it. They're probably getting ready to get rid of it completely. And, you know, I did blood work and my levels came back optimal levels. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So, you know, but I get to help my family members. You know, my mother's struggling with cholesterol issues and things like that. And so we have her on a modified version of the program. But she's already lost 7 pounds, you know, and so she's thrilled. So thank you guys for letting me share.
Absolutely. Well, it's a pleasure to have you sharing with us, you know, and it's so funny when you say the word thank you guys. You are us, by the way. You know that? You're part of the guys. Isn't that neat? I always think that's so fun when somebody comes on, and I know because it's like when you're first time sharing or you're new to the group, but I always like aren't you one of us? Yeah, you're so welcome. Thank you for sharing with the team, right? And it almost seems kind of cheesy. I look at myself and I think, how do I come across to people? But I've kind of been around for a while to a point where I've gotten a chance to really see the changes and see my own life. And I want to encourage you guys in this way. And I want to encourage us, I should say. Some of you are going through some yucky stuff right now in life. Would you agree? Some of you got some stuff where you've got, and I know this because I talk to a lot of you privately. And I got stuff I'm working through big time right now. All right. But that's us. That's real. We got stuff going on. And some of you have made choices and decisions that have not served your life very well, and that have hurt you and have hurt other people, or that are continuing to hurt you. And I don't know exactly all those things, but I will tell you this, is that's real. It's real. I'm not even going to try and sugarcoat that in any way, shape, or form. But what I want to ask you is this. Now that you know that and you can acknowledge it, what do you want? What's next? And I heard that said by Holly, and I heard that said by Tracy. What's next? What do you want? And why do you want it? What are you willing to hurt for? Once you define what you want and what you're willing to hurt for, even if you suffer, because you're going to suffer either way. You're going to suffer for doing the wrong things that you know aren't right and reacting to relationships or reacting to choices that you made in the past or to other people's decisions in the wrong way. Or you can suffer for doing what is right, even if other people persecute you, or you used to have a little self-talk that doesn't like the fact that you're changing something, or it's hard because your mind isn't wired yet to accept this new way. Am I alone here? Can someone else jump in? Because I don't want to keep talking, because I think I'll drown out if I keep going. Somebody getting what I'm saying? You can unmute. Just unmute. Just unmute and start talking. Go for it.
I think Daniela's got something profound to say.
All right. Israel raised his hand, and then Daniela's going to say something. Please.
I just want to hear your voice.
Who's that?
Well,
Me?
We'll go Daniela, then we'll go Israel. Yeah, go for it.
Yes, that's fine. Ladies first.
okay, is it me that started?
Yeah, it's you.
Well, I was just saying that, I really come to the realization that the minute we stop looking at who do I want to become next, what part of myself am I going to work on next, where do I want to go next, what do I want to do next, the minute we stop asking those questions and we're just comfy where we are, I really see we stop living. I see that all the time when people lose a vision. They don't know where they're going next. They get stuck in the status quo and it's all okay. Well, no, there's better. There's better out there. You can feel better. You can have better relationships. You can, improve where you're going in your life and how you're living. It's just a forever journey. Don't stop. Always find what's next.
I'll tell you what, that is so true. And people who truly embrace fulfillment and health and success in their life, they recognize it's always a struggle. And they've just learned to accept that that's part of my life. They don't need things to be perfect, because they're never going to be that. The moment you accept that you're 100% responsible for every choice you make and decision you make, and it doesn't have to always feel good, is the moment we can start really living free. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to build this business. You don't have to eat right. You don't have to make more money. You don't. It's a choice. It's a decision. You don't have to put up with something. You don't have to. Anyhow, I could go on. Israel, you had something to say. It's pretty neat here.
So yeah, I'm really excited to share it. There's just been, I'm in this place where I'm growing and personally developing more than I ever have in my life. And I was watching a video of this speaker named Les Brown. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but this guy is on fire. And I'm going to share with you some things that I heard. It was just so like aha moments, like left and right, and things just get me more fired up to really grow in myself, because that's the only way I can really make a huge impact on other people, is if I personally develop to be the person that I need to be for others. And so he said one thing that's really cool. He says, live full, die empty. Like live to your fullest and die with no regrets. No, like really truly live out what God has created you to be. And then a few things is when things go wrong, don't go with them. I'm just leaving some other things. He has this saying that said, OQP, only quality people. Surround yourself with only quality people in your life, and you'll continue to rise and you'll grow. Provide more service than you get paid for. Like over exceedingly, Dr. A has mentioned, be interested in people and show that. Like I just had a conversation with a client yesterday. He's a top lawyer. He just became a partner, but I could see that his life is empty. He's just raggedly, like he's just so down and like he's got so much going on. And so I just got inspired today. I'm going to send him a text and be like, man, thank you so much for sharing a piece of your life with me. Just little things that I'm being more in tune with that I didn't realize. And let's see, This is also Les Brown saying a couple things. He said, someone's opinion of you doesn't have to become your reality. And you can't do good if you don't feel good. What we do is we help people feel amazing. But you've got to feel amazing and be healthy yourself. Basically, put that oxygen mask on first before you can help other people. I don't know. I could go on a lot more. I'm getting fired up, so I'm gonna stop.
Wow. All right. So what I want to do for the respect of the time is just say, let's put this into action. Don't let this be one of those things where you got all fired up and riled up and didn't make a decision and write something on paper and make a decision and a choice to say, you know what? One is, this is what I got out of this. This is what I'm going to take action on. And you know what? Don't really worry about the outcome. If you believe it's the right thing to do, it's not always going to be received with joy in the beginning. I can tell you way too many examples of people who we admire to this day in time, all of us, that faced adversity. So don't be looking for the emotional, everybody's going to like what you have to say or do. Some people don't identify you as a healthy person right now. Maybe your life hasn't been that healthy. So they're going to need for you to talk about someone else. Hey, I'm in partnership with these great people. They're supporting me, and I love this team. And talk about that because they have that third-party credibility. Because maybe your identity hasn't made that shift yet, right? I'm just saying, get in action. If you don't know, well, I don't know what to do next. Get with the person who brought you on board to this meeting and say, well, what's going on with this? What is this all about? What's the next step? What's the one thing that if I did would help me to move forward in such a way that a lot of these other stuff, this stuff I'm dealing with, wouldn't really even matter? Sam, I think you had something you were going to say to help bring us to that next place. And for those of you who want to stick around, we're going to go into some Q&A. Our goal in the future is that this first part of the meeting will be about 30 minutes long. We had to wait for people to kind of get over here for this new ID. But Sam, please tell us what's next.
So yeah, what we're talking about here is sharing our stories, sharing our struggles, sharing our victories. If you're a client on this meeting today, why is this important for you? Because you are living your story right now, and to not just lose weight, but really make a full commitment to that. Excuse me, we got kids in the background. That's my why.
I love it.
So to make a full commitment to this journey, it's not just about the education. It's not just about eating the food. And it's about taking that good stuff that you are verbalizing between you and your health coach, or that you're thinking, and sharing it. And that's your story. If you feel the desire to share with other people the good things that could happen, then the best way to do that is don't try and explain how. And this goes for coaches too. Give them the why. Give them the where you were at and where you are now. And that is going to help you by just saying that to somebody. You don't need to be attached to the outcome. You don't need to know that they're going to be like right there with you every step of the way. Yeah, they might think you're crazy for eating meal replacements or working with the coach, but they might not. It might be exactly what they needed to hear. So are you okay with receiving just a little bit of rejection and suffering like we're talking about in order to, one, solidify your journey, keep it going, make it real, create awareness, but two, the fact that you, just by doing that, you could help one person. It's like that starfish saying, everybody's seen that quote, but to this one, it matters. So it matters to you, for you to share your story. If you're a health coach, I urge you guys, use this as a platform to really get really good at sharing your story, because that is truly the first stepping stone in helping a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So remember, we're focusing on the why versus the how. Don't get stuck in trying to explain fat burn, why the meal replacements we use are great, who Dr. A is. That's all going to come, but it can't if you don't know your story, and you can't share your story.
And I just want to say, as Sam is sharing that, your story gives people permission to share theirs, and that's really what that's about. When you get vulnerable enough, and it's in the beginning, sometimes you just don't quite know what that looks like, but you just got a chance to hear what that looks like. And if you need some specific help on that, because your story does matter. Every single person on this call came because of somebody else's story. Just so you know, there's not a person on this call who didn't come because of somebody else's story. You see that? That's powerful, isn't it? So what Sam just said has an iceberg level of weight to it, right? What Sam just said was the tip of the iceberg that sticks out of the water, but the other 8/9 of that iceberg is underneath the surface. Huge. And that's that every single one of us is here because of someone else sharing their story with them. And then instead of rambling on about my story, I said, you know what, you guys, this is the truth. I said, you know what, I've been a fitness professional, this was back 4 years ago, for 17 years. And in 17 years, I've made a lot of money owning gyms and selling personal training, which has been great. And I've helped some people get healthy. But when I look at the reality, it's only a fraction of the people that I've actually ever trained are staying healthy. A fraction. I literally could not even think about, I could think of a handful out of thousands and thousands and thousands of people that I've trained over the 17 years period of time. And when I say that, because I've helped other people open up clubs and gyms, I started asking how many of our members are actually sticking with this. You know what? And they were quitting the membership and then coming back feeling like a failure and then starting and stopping. And I realized I was not in relationship with them. And I needed something that could give them team and something that could go beyond this. And I realized, like Sam said, it's not about the how. The how, there's lots of ways to get fit. And it's not about the whole food meal or the meal replacement package. It's not about whether portion control meal replacement is the way to go or whether whole food's the way to go. It's about why. What do you want? What do you want to create? And once we determine that, then the how and the what we're going to do, the what we're going to do and the how we're going to do it comes by, because that's the unique part where we get in relationship and in support. And this is what I want to say. In support is about bringing other people into this. And if your voice isn't there yet, just bring them on to something like this. Well, they can't make 9 o'clock. Don't worry about it. What time, Sam, who was on last night with, there was 40 some odd people. Somebody raise your hand if you were on last night with 40 some odd people. Okay, Jessica, are you in a place where you could share a little bit?
It's touch and go here, but maybe.
Yeah, this is real. Okay, so I just want you all to know this, and it's so funny to even call this a business that we're in. We're in the business of healthy lifestyle transformation and loving people, right? But here you are with a baby on a quote unquote, meeting that is growing your livelihood, right?
Yes.
But yeah, so tell us a little bit about what your experience was. And that wasn't this time. What time was that meeting at?
It was 8 o'clock last night.
Okay, so that was 8 Central Time, which would have been about 6 o'clock Pacific Time. For those of you on the East Coast, that would have been 9 o'clock East Coast Time. Okay, so tell us a little. Give me the 30-second version of what you got out of that and what you heard.
I really enjoyed the platform of it because it was something great that I could invite a lot of different people to in order to hear people's stories. And it wasn't, plugging in Take Shape for Life and meal replacements like you guys are talking about. It was people talking about, their real life and where they were before getting started with this community of people and where they were now. And so it was really great for people to be able to hear, not just from me, but to hear other people kind of solidifying things that I've told them in the past and people that I've watched my journey from afar. So I don't know if that's what you're asking,
Yep.
but that was one thing I took away from it was I just enjoyed having another outlet to be able to reach people other than what I was currently doing.
Okay, that's huge. It's the third-party credibility of other people. You guys, I'm going to be a little transparent here. Okay, so I'd love to be in relationship with Juan Carlos, who's on as a guest further. I went to his office maybe a year and a half ago and talked to him about what I'm doing. And now he's on as a guest because he reached out and said, hey, we want to reach more people. I don't even know, honestly, what vehicle he was going to use to do that. But what I do know is him and I have a relationship to the point where he asked me to say what's up. And I know as much as he likes me and as much as he's trusted me in the past, without him seeing you guys, this team, us all together, and without him becoming a part of us, it wouldn't have, I could have sit there and till the cows come home, try to talk him into something. You know what I mean? And the same thing, I'm just going to be real transparent. This is like, okay, I'm probably violating rules right now. Kyle, you're not even signed up as a coach yet right now, but you're getting a unique chance to hear what we're about, and it's real and it's authentic. What's your take so far as the guy who hasn't even made the full investment yet? Because you've made actually the hardest investment, and that he's already done a practice partner call. He's given his time. But I'm just curious, what's your take so far as the person who hasn't even pushed the button yet?
Well, I mean, just being a personal trainer and knowing the satisfaction of helping people is so awesome. And to see and hear all these success stories is so awesome. And the fact that we have so many people behind us and support is very, very refreshing. A lot of programs, you don't have support from other people. It's you sign up for something and it's all on your own kind of thing, you know, and it just seems like there's so much support here and everybody is willing to give it their all. And it's really nice to know that there are so many success stories and so much support behind everything. And, you know, I feel like this is one giant family when I hear everybody talk. And so it's pretty cool.
That's it. I love it. So I'd love to, at this point, open it up for any questions that people might have, and definitely anyone who needs some specific mentorship or you have a specific thing you want support. I love it when we can bring it out in front of a group. If it is something of a private nature, by all means, go ahead and contact who your mentor is, and just want you to know you all have access to me through your mentorship line. So your mentor, just to define that for those of you, is the person who is kind of, usually it's a person who's at an executive director, regional or national level of experience. But then you have what's called your business coach. And that's the person who really, or your health coach, who's the person who kind of invited you to this. And they might be in work with their mentorship. So by all means, at this point, I want to thank all of you for coming on board. For those of you who are health coaches that are moving in your business, I look forward to seeing you in Arizona here in a couple weeks. We're going to be having this call on Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific. This is Stories of Hope and Health. And as you can see, we get so much from it. But at this point in time, I want to see if anybody has any other announcements or questions, please. Just come off of mute. I got some things on the line here.
Alex.
Yes. Yes. And I want to real quick, like say yes, Carlos. If just send me a quick time of when you're available later on today, and we'll do a quick chat and we'll set up a time. So I just want to say yes. Let's definitely follow up for an action plan. So go ahead. Yes, Sam.
Okay, well, since I'm the lady, I'll go first. He can wait.
Since you're the pregnant lady about ready to pop.
Yeah, it's all his fault. So I just want to tell everybody, look, this is also for health coaches. This is a platform for you guys to be here. And if you're here by yourself, you're learning. You know, hopefully you're gleaning from the stories. You're picking up key aspects of how to tell your story. But don't come alone. You know, bring your clients in on this. It's going to inspire them. Ask your clients to share. And if you have health coaches as well, bring your health coaches in. And so you want to let me and Alex and Harold know if you want to reach up and raise your hand and say, hey, I have this client who has this phenomenal story I want to share with everybody. Or you have a health coach with this phenomenal story, or that just wants to practice, you know, so let us know, because this is going to be the platform for a while. So instead of making us, if we have to go searching, we might miss some of you guys. We don't want to do that. Let us know if you've got people that want to share, or if you want to share. Okay.
Nice.
Absolutely. Who else was going to share?
I have a question. I don't have a share.
Okay, got it. Yes, please. Yeah, question.
I answered it, but assuming that we're going to be in Arizona next Friday, is there not going to be a call next Friday?
No, actually, I think there definitely going to be a call, because we don't want to stop. We don't want to stop the momentum by all means. Those of you who are here, the call will go on. What I'll do is I'll make sure I reach out to someone who can make sure they can log in to the meeting ID number and get it going, and I'll walk you through. And what you'll do is you'll get the empowerment to know how to start a meeting and to do all that. So we'll keep it going. And I'm not sure what the agenda or where we're going to be at 9 o'clock at this time. It's going to be 10. Yeah. So we're probably going to have maybe 10 to 15 people on, which is great. Right. But it's all it takes is when we started this meeting with just me and Craig. That's all it was, 2 of us. And then we invited Harold and Sam or someone else on, and it was like they were on and off and on, and then I was on and off, and then finally I got consistent, and finally they got consistent, and it started growing. So it's pretty powerful. Other questions? Oh, I wanted to make other thing. Somebody else commented about Marie Bartley, and I just want them to share about Marie because she doesn't probably know. She probably saw the quote.
I think it was Leslie.
Leslie, do you want to say something real quick?
I think I'm Leslie today.
Okay, got it. You're Leslie, so please.
No, Marie, I really loved your story. I think I'm a professional story listener, and Take Shape for Life has so many incredible transformations. So when you told your story last week, you were very transparent, authentic, and it was very vivid. It wasn't just like I have a mom who is suffering in her health. It was the day I saw my mom crawling up the stairs. And when you said that, I choked. So if any of you that were listening to Marie tell her story, by the way, you have a special talent. You should be telling your story. But if you heard that story, that you really want to listen to that and go back and just kind of replay it in your head, because that's exactly what you want to do. It wasn't, I could tell it was hard for her. She's crying right now, just rethinking, about it again. But your story isn't always pretty and without tears. But that's what caught me, because we all are coming from a place of suffering. So, Marie, it was really beautiful. It was really worth it. And it was awesome.
Thank you, Sam. I want you guys to know something. I went back there on purpose, and I just encourage you all to go back to things that matter to you. I saw that comment 10, 15 minutes ago, by the way, and it was sitting there ringing in my head because that story moved me, and I wanted to hear whoever it was. I thought it was Leslie, but Sam's on Leslie's account today. And it moved me. And I wanted to let you know, I connected the dots, Monica McKenna, to you. I thought, Monica, if you hadn't got out of your own way, that story, we would not have heard that. And Marie wouldn't be in this process. And Monica, I know you're going through stuff right now too. And I just want to tell you, it's worth it, girl. It is worth it. Thank you. You're not alone sitting over there in that hotel room. You are not alone right now. I'm telling you the truth. Yep. Yes. Kisses to you too. Man, guys, thank you. Anybody, please unmute, share. I'm not even in control of this. You guys just unmute and start talking.
Alex, just really quick. I shared with you, Monica's been out for a week.
Yeah.
With family, reconnecting to people. She knows she'll probably never see you again because of their health. Yep. Quite candidly. So she took that time away from this family to be with her family, which is huge. So she couldn't communicate with me much, which we usually do on a daily basis. And, she had a rough plane ride home. We talked about that this morning, and she met some amazing people on each side of her. And I said, Monica, who are those people? I want to talk to, I want to contact them. I don't think she knows this yet. I've already contacted that person she sat next to.
Wow.
Disney on Facebook this morning. And the last sentence, I told him, thank you, she's my friend, and you really came to her. You were brought to her in a time of need to lift her spirits, to lift her heart, to remind her that she needs to be who she is. She needs to be Monica. And the last sentence I did, I said, I wrote to this gentleman, who I don't know, and I told him I like you already. I said, you have carved out another facet into my precious gem of a friend. She will always remember that plane ride. Many blessings, Marie. I love Monica on many levels. She's like my little sister. And I love that, I appreciate that she's brought me into your family. This is what we do. Whether if people affect us, we impact them or they impact us. It's every day. Every day we get that opportunity. So we can't, I told Monica, don't be fear-based, babe. Don't be fear-based. Live your life. Live your purpose. That's what we do. That's what we need to do.
Mhm.
And then everything else just falls in line for us. It's our faith.
Mm.
It's our faith and our love, not our fear, that drives us. That's what I have to say.
You guys are getting this. I want you to feel free to come off mute. Kyle, I think you want to share something there. But I just want to say that's why you guys, and I'm okay with using the word program with people because maybe that's what they need to hear to start. Just understand underneath the tip of that iceberg of our program is this. Okay? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Kyle, what were you thinking? I could just feel it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just that story. I mean, I don't even know the background. I didn't hear the story, but just from hearing that little thing from Maria, I just want to say I'm definitely going to be praying for you, Maria, as well as Monica. And you are completely right in saying you got to walk by faith. And you know, I'm young. I understand that I may not have as much experience as other people, but I do know that when you walk by fear, you do not accomplish things. And when you walk by faith and you know, trusting, you know, it works wonders. And I just want to say I'm praying for you and your friend Monica.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, you know, I don't know how much I'll be able to talk, but I love you guys. And, you know, part of it that was really tough in Florida, I have probably 10 relatives in their 70s. They're wheelchair bound, probably around 300, 400 pounds. And they're all dying. And it was so hard. It was really, really difficult to leave them because I probably won't see them again. And my aunt took my hand and she said, I thought I'd never see you again. Thank you for coming. And I can't save them. They're too set in their ways and too far into their illnesses. But the younger generation came to me and said, Monica, we need your help.
Wow.
We don't want to die like that. And it really hit me. It was really, really tough. And I'm reaching out to the younger generation, and I'm going to help them not be dying from all of the illnesses. I couldn't believe it. There's at least 10 of my relatives, obesity is killing them. And it was really difficult. And it's difficult. I've made the goal to help people get healthy. And it's cost my personal relationship because that person has different goals. And I have to be true to my goals. And so, thank you.
Yeah. So when we move, I don't even know. I'm not. Dr. A would know how to recover from this. I don't know how to recover from this. And I say that because I've seen him recover from it. He gets back on track. I'm having a little harder time. With this, I guess I'm on track right now. That's the point. I'm on track. Monica, Marie, and I just want to know, Diana, you are not alone. Also, I'm talking about Ryder. There's so many people, and I could say that to so many of you guys. I just know your stories, and this is part of it. The stuff you're going through is part of it, and this is the part where you come in here and you recognize that it's worth it. Stay around this. If we need to get together for coffee, you call up a person, get together for coffee. You go out and do this. It doesn't have to be just a Zoom meeting. Get face-to-face. Invite other people in. Move forward. Press on. Stay close. Even if it's yucky, stay close. And do it. It's worth it. And I don't have anything else that's going to sound any wiser than what you guys have all said. So I just want to say, let's go into life and let's go get into motion. And let's do it. Mm-hmm. Massive love. All right. We'll see you guys next week, and look forward to hearing from those of you who want to be heard from. All right. We'll talk to you soon.